Created thousands of hours of richly informative shows.
Martha, no!
I wondered, what could we do with all of these tapes?
So, Martha...
Any people grieving?
The very best solution, throw it into the dump, was to give these tapes to my daughter Alexis.
Don't ever do that again.
And her friend Jennifer,
I'm used to dealing with people like you.
to see what they can come up with.
Ooh. Do you think your mom's gonna be mad at us?
I hope so. Don't you just have a craving for a great matzo ball soup?
Oh, yeah. No, I don't have a craving, but I will admit that I do like the chewy matzo ball. I do.
As opposed to the airy, fluffy.
I don't like the airy fluffy. It breaks up, and then it gets too much soup, so it's sort of mealy.
Oh, okay. So it's like wet cereal?
Right, whereas the denser matzo ball is definitely not the one that's more...
Isn't it hard to eat with a spoon? Like, doesn't it slip away?
The dense one.
Yeah.
Yes, but the airy one, it goes right through, but then you don't really taste much of anything.
Is there anything to taste, really, though?
No, there's the texture of the chewy ball. I like a chewy ball.
How many balls are usually in the soup?
Well, you can have...
Are there ever two?
There could be 2 balls in your soup. There could be 3 balls
See,
in your
I would
soup.
imagine that they just wouldn't serve it with 2 big
They will
balls.
show... The matzo ball soup can be served with 2 big balls.
Okay.
That's 1 big ball.
Well, you know the old saying, behind every good man is a good woman. In this case, that woman is his mom and her cooking. Television producer Robert Morton's here with his lovely mom, Sally.
Hello, Sally.
And investment banker Stephen Schwarzman here with his mom, Arlene.
Would you say that's a comb-over that Stephen is rocking?
It's getting there.
Willing to show me their family recipe for chicken soup and matzo balls.
Look at that patchwork
Taste
vest.
test. Do the
That's
sons
fantastic.
Isn't it?
really the best? And we're going to put blindfolds on the sons, and we're going to see if they really can tell their mom's soup from the others. And I'm going to just throw my soup in for good measure.
Let me tell you something. I would definitely know my mother's matzo ball soup. And by my mother's matzo ball soup, I mean Tess's.
Tess, the Spanish cook.
Filipina.
There you go.
And how many onions does yours have?
3.
3 big onions. Don't you love those onions?
Love
They're so
onions.
beautiful.
I feel like your mother is a little lost in this segment because she wants to be doing.
She's ordering around. She does that.
We have water in here, carrots, parsnips, onions, celery, and dill.
Dill, and I haven't put the salt in yet.
You want the dill to stay in a bunch?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, you made a mistake.
Right.
Yeah, because I'm going to
okay.
fish it out later.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Sally, I thought that was my secret ingredient.
Now you both have dill.
Ooh, that was practically fisticuffs for old ladies. Did you see that?
Okay, it's down. Now, what about you, Sally?
She just picked her nose on TV.
Did she?
Well, light or heavy, plain or fancy, matzo balls are the perfect addition to Mom's chicken soup.
Lighter, heavy, plain, or fancy?
How do you make it fancy?
And every
I
family's
suppose you could make a
recipe is just
fancy matzo ball soup if you had truffles.
I find it interesting that, especially around Passover time, my mother uses breadcrumbs instead of matzo meal.
Is that true?
You're not allowed to use breadcrumbs.
I know. I'm the Jew here.
My secret ingredient?
Aha.
Some parsley.
A curly leaf parsley.
Your secret ingredient is
I have no
love.
secrets.
Wow, that changes everything.
You got the chicken fat.
When do we make them into balls, Mother?
After I crush yours, son.
But we're going to drop them right into the boiling water.
Okay.
Oh, is that what you do?
That doesn't look like a light and fluffy matzo ball. Those are going to be dense mini golf balls.
So while the soup simmers and the matzo balls cook, we'll set the table for the taste test. There are 2 bowls in front of each of us, A and B so far. A is the green bowl.
Are they hostages or are they tasting soup?
Bowl it is. Either of you.
Don't shoot. I love my country.
Gently in front of you and feel.
They are treating me well here. Just do what they ask. They couldn't have done this another way. They had to make them look like they were in a war camp.
It's just practicing being blind. It's see what it's like
To be blind.
How horrible it is to be blind.
Yes, and you can start tasting and start making up your mind which is which soup.
Why couldn't they put them all in like bowls, no blindfolds?
Because they're afraid they'll recognize their mother's balls.
Okay, that's one. That use the same spoon.
Where's the second bowl here?
It's interesting that Robert doesn't know where his mouth is. Because apparently he eats quite well.
And here's your spoon.
Thank you.
He can't
my
even find the spoon.
goodness,
It's like
this
he's
is
literally
too much.
touched.
Okay.
It's hard enough to get your spoon in there. They've got slippery balls, and they're trying to spoon them.
Why don't you taste too?
Where's the spoon here?
That is so wrong. Did you see that? He's
It
like,
was creepy.
he's like this.
Yes, it was like a baby bird. And she's wiping his chin like he's a baby.
What is that?
Idea?
I think I do.
Which one do you think's your mom's, Robert?
I think my mom's is A, the first one. I think yours is the second one, and I think the third one is Steve's mom.
Well, we got it totally wrong, right?
This one is.
I have no idea. I have no idea who tasted what.
Since I still have my blindfold on, I can't tell which one this is.
And that's
He knows it's stupid that he still has his blindfold
so
on. 'Cause
stupid.
It doesn't make any difference.
Robert was wrong.
Sorry, Mom.
You chose Steve's mom.
I love you, honey.
So yours was
This one.
The green bowl.
the second one.
No, A.
A.
This was Martha's.
Who can tell what's A, what's B, what's 2,
Put them
what's
in
C?
order.
There is no order. This was a very faulty contest.
I like your soup better. I like your matzo balls better.
Let's get together.
Okay. Did you see Martha's wearing white socks under the table?
Yeah, both of you.
Look, white socks with pilgrim shoes.
I don't.
It's a good look.
Important if you're making.
I had some issues with her sweater too, but I'm gonna let it go.
Gee, why? It's a lovely color on television, Jennifer.
It would be if it wasn't just a block of that color.
You mean the large square block on top of the stool with the sticks that hold it up?
And sharing your family.
It's just in that moment, for some reason, that sweater.
It was fun.
And your boys.
Great.
Your boys.
It's wonderful.
We missed you.
Thank you very much.
It is really, there's this square situation.
SpongeBob.
Yeah, I don't know why.
With little skinny
Why do they
legs.
do that to her?
She does it to herself.
Well, somebody ought to tell her.
I think they have. For 15 years, they've been telling her.
Any loom has warp threads, and then the threads that you weave across are called the weft.
What? It's not the right?
The
It's the
weft.
weft?
The weft is what you weave through. This was my favorite craft when I was a kid.
You actually did it?
Loved it. My mother was completely disgusted.
Oh, she didn't do this with you?
No.
Did
I
she
think
get
I got
this-
it at school or camp or something.
I don't think I did it. I like your colors more than mine. I don't
I
think
like your colors more than mine.
Are you kidding me? Would you
No.
trade?
Yeah, I'm trading.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. Thank you. It like changes everything on every level.
No, I'm
everything
happier
about it.
now that my colors go better with my outfit.
Really? You're a freak. Anyway, I want to see what Martha does with this, especially since she didn't like that
She
you did
hated it. Let's watch her pretend she likes it.
Oh, I love it.
Well, I haven't done this since maybe 5th grade.
Martha hated this because it wasn't natural fibers.
When I used to go around the corner from my house to Yantico School to summer school, where crafts programs were enjoyed by almost all the kids that went to school there during the year.
Almost all the
You may
kids?
have learned
Her stories are just so enthralling.
Jessica Vickers from our style department is here, and she's taken them one step further, making gorgeous bags out of them, wonderful little purses.
You're gonna make purse out of this? It's a pot holder. That's the
purses.
beauty of it.
It's not, it's a purse.
And we have a special guest, Katie Claro. Welcome back.
Oh, thank
I don't know
you.
where you've been all these months.
Aw, she made that little kid happy.
By lying to her?
She wasn't lying to her.
Right, wait, let me-
The basic technique.
Yeah. You take the loops, and you put them on the loom,
Okay, this is a loom.
This is a loom?
and this is the warp. If, you know, any loom, big or small, has warp threads.
The
and then
warp goes vertical.
vertically. And then the threads that you weave across are called the weft.
One's the warp and one's the weft.
What? It's not the right?
The
It's the weft?
It's the weft is what you weave through. Go to weft.
Stay weft.
There's this neat tool that helps you go up and down. It helps me go a little faster.
You have to use that?
Well, you don't have to. I think it makes
What does it
easier.
do? I don't understand.
These loops come from a company called Klutz, klutz.com.
Klutz?
These are a nice cotton blend.
Now I'm going much faster because I
Because I'm better than you.
The smaller one is much better than the big fat one.
And then after you...
The smaller one is never better than the big fat one.
Right.
Now, what kind of crafts are you interested in, Katie?
I really like to draw. And
I like how
to
interested
sew
she
a
is in
lot.
this little girl.
I just-
Was she that interested in you?
No.
I'm
Nice.
not a very good machine sewer.
She hated these because I think I used red and purple. It didn't go over very well.
Oh, right, your mom wasn't a big fan of
She
purple,
doesn't
right?
like purple at all.
For bigger and better things.
I like that bag.
Yeah,
That
this works out
That is really
Look how cute that was. That red one was wicked cute. That's ugly.
Hold on a minute.
That's
She tied it
really
off.
ugly.
Now, what are we going to do?
Well, let me show you when you get to the final end. Start in the corner, grab the first one. Okay, so that's loop number 1. Then you go get its neighbor, loop number 2, pull him onto the hook, and pull him through the first
I'm
loop.
doing it.
Well, how are you doing it? Show me it.
Get 2 on and then pull the second one through.
What? How do you get it through? Help me.
Pull the first one with your finger and stretch it.
This one.
Pull the second one through.
Like that.
Yes, now do the same, repeat.
This guy.
It didn't work.
Oh, God. I'm exhausted.
Yeah, me too. I'm tired now.
Doing this is fun. Dealing with you is exhausting.
Shut up, Alexis.
And you pull it through the second, and then you go to the next one, and you pull it through the one before, all the way around. All right, so
1, 2.
holder, and you're ready to
Pull
make
it
into a
through.
purse.
Ha!
make a
1,
meat for it?
2. Pull it through. Her method works. You were wrong. I could do it too.
Thank you.
Pull it through. 1.
I was wrong that you couldn't do it.
I
You're
can
the one who
do
was
it.
saying that you couldn't do it.
I can
didn't
do
say
it.
you couldn't
I
do
can totally do it because they taught me well on TV.
Thank you so much, Katie, for showing us how to make things that we knew how to make when we were 10.
My pot holder is very cute with a lovely edge.
You did a great job. I stopped, but look.
Yeah, you actually did it.
I think my edges look
Shocking.
nice. Yeah, it's good. Because it's 1, 2, pull it through. 1, 2, pull it through.
So now Andrew Beckman, who...
Hey, he looks like a hot one, Alexis. You ever have a dalliance with that one?
What's wrong with you?
Well, it's possible. Do you know him? With his high-waisted pants?
Be sure.
Wrapping an urn?
Yeah, this segment's called Wrapping an Urn. Why do you need to wrap an urn? You're just going to stuff
Funereal urn?
Yeah, you stuff some ashes of a dead person in it. What, do you hand it then out as a gift? You loved Uncle Sammy so much.
We're giving you
Here's
some.
some of Uncle Sammy. You give little bits in each urn. Twisted, right?
I don't think this has anything to do with that.
Well, let's see.
Well, I hope you notice how beautiful the garden looks. It's all
That's some urn.
Oh, God, it's a huge urn.
post. And now I want to show you how we put this urn to bed.
Good night, urn. When she puts it all to bed, does she read it a bedtime story?
I don't know, but these pots are getting treated way better than I was treated. Put yourself to bed.
Bitch.
And oh, this straw, we've been cutting our own straw now up in...
You fill it with hay?
Golden straw.
You know what it looks like? It looks like a scarecrow that got so scared it went whoosh.
Wow.
It slumped into the urn.
If water got into this urn during the winter or snow, it would cause a big puddle inside the urn. And then if that freezes and thaws...
I think that urn is not completely watertight.
And I also don't see how she's thinking she's going to protect the whole thing when she's only covering the top.
I mean, what's she doing? Keeping it warm? Toasty for the winter?
Yeah, and then she's going to sing it a lullaby
ornament like this.
to put it to bed.
We have cut big pieces of sheet aluminum. You can cut...
Who's going to cut that giant circle? Who has an aluminum cutter handy?
Or
You could just put a big thing of aluminum foil over.
Just foil it.
Aluminum foil.
Just foil the whole thing.
So now put your middle top right on.
Oh, so you're not even going to see this.
Is larger than the opening of the urn. Very important that it hang
Can't
over
I just
so that
fasten a garbage bag over the whole thing?
But then you have to look at the garbage bag all winter.
So instead you have to look at a sandwich of hay?
So now Andrew Beckman, who is our gardener here at Turkey Hill Road, and
Hey, he looks like a hot one, Alexis. You ever have a dalliance with that one?
What's wrong with you?
With his high-waisted pants?
creates a spider web of twine to hold this middle top on top of the urn.
Listen, I understand that she doesn't want anything in the garden to be unsightly. I get it.
Yeah.
But she doesn't have to make such an ornate doing. She could use some tarp. She could use one of those teepees over to the left. You see the teepees?
You think those are easy to make?
They're not ready-made?
Around the base of the urn.
No.
Here.
Oh.
That keeps it actually a little hidden on this urn, so you don't see kind of the.
How are they going to undo that tie down there?
then-
You're going to have to get your nose hair scissors to fit in that little groove.
And then we'll go around the base one more time, and we just come up at a different point.
This seems like a lot of work to protect the interior of this urn.
Well, she's claiming that the whole urn could get damaged.
The outside could still get damaged. If it rains or snows, the outside of the urn is not protected. Rain doesn't only go down, Alexis.
I know.
I mean, listen.
Well, I don't even think the inside is protected, quite frankly.
Yes, it is, because it's got the silver dome.
I'll tie it off and clip it short so we don't have any ragged ends hanging out.
Okay, that looks really good. And then
She could help him, you know.
and give it a haircut.
It's crooked.
See, do you think it makes a big difference that she's cutting all the hay?
I think it really makes a difference that from the bird's eye view, it's not perfectly centered. My mother constantly will say that she went up in a helicopter and flew over the house, and it was so beautiful. You've got to see it, Alexis. I'm like, who cares what it looks like from the air?
But now this isn't even centered.
Well, it's not even centered, so if you flew over in your helicopter...
What good is it?
It's unsightly.
Yeah.
This looks great, Andrew. Thank you very much.
I don't get it.
First of all, the urn's like 100 years old.
Right.
Just leave it out.
You're going to have to repaint the outside anyway. It's not covered.
And it's an ugly color, and
What a
she's
waste-
moving.
yeah.
She's moving. To Bedford.
What a waste of time. How did you learn about sex?
My parents had a copy of Lolita in their drawer, and it was covered in disco ball mirror. Do your children know where babies come from?
Yeah. We believe in being open and teaching our kids about sex. And
How? Did you actually bring it up? Or do you let
no, I
them
think
kind
they
of bring
asked
it up?
early on. First of all, they have cousins who are older than them. So
Okay.
they heard things
All right.
before we even got a chance.
Like what?
You name it, they've heard it. Not to mention that TV and movies.
Right, it's
also,
hard for them to avoid the subject.
It's hard to avoid the subject, so they should know. They should know what it is.
Your kids should
my
know.
My kids should know. All kids.
So they're ready.
It's not so they're ready. I think all kids should be educated because they're going to hear things on the playground. They're going to get misinformation. But with my kids, we'll laugh about stuff. If my daughter sees a movie at a friend's house, or even in my house, if my son's watching something and then I think it's inappropriate and then I hear about it, I'm not always there to police everything. My rule is you have to ask me questions about what you saw.
Okay.
You need to tell me what you don't understand. How did you learn about sex?
I don't know. I think I was, I read a lot when I was a kid.
Dirty books?
My parents had a copy of Lolita in their drawer because I went through. I don't know if parents realize
you go
that
through
every
everything,
drawer
of
has been
course.
gone through.
Sure.
And it was covered in like disco ball mirror. And the Joy of Sex had just come out.
And they had it on prominently on the
everybody
bookshelf.
had
Sure.
it. It was such a big deal.
Sure.
I looked at every picture.
Of course you did.
So just leave that lying around in your kids' room.
And they'll know it.
They're
Well,
done.
that's the other thing with the internet. They can so easily stumble upon.
Sure.
I had this one friend who walked into her kid's room, and the kid put in either ass or something, and there was crazy porn came up. Every kind of porn. Straight porn, gay porn, you name it. I said, so did you discuss with him what he saw? Did you, talk about it? No. I said, what's wrong
Absolutely
with you?
not, did she
No,
say?
yeah, absolutely not. I don't even want to think about it again. Once it's out there, you gotta address it.
So you talked to the kid, didn't you?
No, but I would. I've talked to the kid before.
Did you tell him what it's like to have a big up your butt? 'Cause
I
I'm
didn't.
sure
I
he
didn't
saw
mention that, but I hear that you've got a lot of knowledge. And scene.
And also it is Jewish penicillin.
Yes, indeed, isn't it? Yes.
Did you just see your mother talk down to her?
Yeah, she's more famous.
Indeed. Yes, it is, indeed. Yes, it is, indeed.
Yes, it is indeed.